Ever feel like no matter what you do, you're just not enough? Maybe it's I'm not good looking enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough education, on and on, right? Like the list can be endless. Hey, I'm Margaret, I'm a mindset coach, and I'm an Unstuck specialist. And today we're going to dive in and talk about self-worth. What is it? What are the signs we're struggling with it, and how to cultivate more self-worth? So let's dig in. What is self-worth? Self-worth is a belief in you about your own value. It has nothing to do with anything external. It's not about your accomplishments or what other people think about you. It's truly how you see yourself at the core. And it directly affects our confidence, our relationships, our performance at work, and our overall happiness in life. Now, one of the things that's important to do is, first of all, differentiate what's self-worth and what's self-esteem, because there's an important factor in here, and a lot of times I think that people get these confused or they intermix them, and they shouldn't be. So self-worth is your inherent value. It is who you are, just as you are. Nothing outside of you is going to change it or affect it. However, self-esteem is different. Self-esteem is how we feel about our abilities or our skills or our achievements. And this is going to be able to fluctuate with our successes and our failures. But it's important to understand your self-worth doesn't change when your self-esteem does. Your self-worth is all about you and how valuable you are to you. So let's talk about what are some signs that you might be struggling with your worth. First of all, an external validation codependency. And that means you're just waiting kind of on bated breath for approval from someone else, or to hear praise, or the reassurance that what you're doing or how you're being is right or correct. Second one, people pleasing. And this can be a hard one because for many of us, it started in childhood. And what it means is that we put other people's happiness in front of ours because we don't see ourselves as being as worthy as they are of happiness. Third, we can't accept compliments. This means when someone makes a compliment to you, you brush it off or you avoid it or you kind of just, yeah, right? And you can't say, thank you, I appreciate that. What happens is that we don't believe we're deserving of these compliments. And so we can't own them and appreciate them. Fourth, it's a fear of failure or a fear of rejection. And what this looks like is we're really trying to avoid judgment or shame. And by doing so, we let our fears keep us stuck. So how do we get out of this? How do we cultivate more self-worth? Here are 5 steps that you can take. 1, have some self-compassion. Yeah, be kind to you. You are your most valuable, important you. And it's good to take a moment out and ask yourself, like, what would I say to a friend if my friend was behaving towards themselves this way? Or if you're saying something negative to yourself, ask yourself, if your friend said that to themselves, what would you tell them? Like, hey, that's okay. Go ahead and beat yourself up. You wouldn't. Don't do it to yourself. Second, set boundaries. This means saying no. And I know this is a hard one. What a boundary is saying, hey, this is how I can show up as my best self. And so I need this environment to be my best me. And saying no can be a really hard thing. And just try by identifying one area of your life. Maybe you're feeling really drained in that area. And it could be something simple, right? Like just saying, no, I'm not going to go to every meeting for this committee because I don't need to. I need to have some time for me. Or maybe it could be, no, I'm not going to put extra meetings in my day at work because they're unnecessary meetings, right? We're so busy sometimes pleasing that we don't set boundaries with ourselves. Now, I want to make just a side note here, because I think a lot of times People think they're the problem when it comes to boundaries, in the sense that I just can't do it. I'm not disciplined enough. And here's the reality, and it was something that was just so eye-opening when I learned it, and that is, when we are living in fear and we are armored up, hiding behind walls, it's very difficult to set boundaries, because we have to be in vulnerability to be able to set a boundary. Now, that doesn't mean you can't set little ones by saying, no, I'm not going to go to this meeting, or no, I'm not going to go to every game that my child has. However, it does mean that the big movement in setting boundaries and protecting yourself may not come until you work on getting out from behind the wall of fear. If you need work on that, comment below and we'll start a conversation. Number 3, celebrate your wins, big and small. Because here's the thing, you're amazing, just as you are, every day, and you deserve to celebrate that. So each day, write down something you're proud of. I know I have, as part of my journaling rituals, is every day I write down something I love about myself. And trust me, some days it's nothing exciting or grand. It can just be little things. Number 4, start paying attention to who you hang out with, because the people you surround yourself with are very powerful. The people in your environment, doesn't matter whether it's your spouse, whether it's family, friends, work, whatever. If it is draining you, that is your first sign that this is not a supportive environment, and it is going to affect your worth. So think about who's putting energy in. Where do you feel charged and recharged? And what people, when you spend time from, do you feel drained by? Lastly, stop comparing yourself to other people. Here's the deal. We all have our own journey, and their successes don't take away from you in any way, shape, or form. You and your worth and who you are is unique to you. So leave them alone. Let them worry about their worth. You focus on you. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to practice gratitude. Now, if you're not familiar with a gratitude practice, simply grab a piece of paper and each day write 10 things you're grateful for. And I mean 10. I know some people say 3, some people say 5, but if you really want to feel this shift, 10 things every day. And they don't have to be grand things. They can be little things like, I like the way my hair looks today, or I'm grateful for the fact that I have a rug in my room and my feet don't get cold on the floor, or I'm happy for a clean shower. I mean, it's, again, doesn't have to be major. It can be minor, but write 10 things a day, and then when you're done, say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, keep in mind that your self-worth is from within. It's not something you have to earn. It's not something you have to prove. It's something you already have just by being you. So start practicing these strategies today, and you'll begin to see a shift in how you feel about yourself and what you deserve. Drop a comment below and let me know which one of these strategies you're going to try first. And if you're ready to dive in and really cultivate some self-worth, subscribe for more videos on breaking through these things that keep us stuck. Or click below and check out my coaching.